Hey everyone, welcome to Steel Wave, the operation that I think honestly might save Siege. Honestly, I think Siege has been falling off this last season. I mean, hackers, everything from that. And I think this season has the chance to really revive it. And I'm going to give my whole opinions. But first, I want to go over every single thing that is going to be fixed. And that is why really I think this is going to kind of shift the direction that Siege is going in. So hopefully we can get through this pretty quickly, but Operation Steel Wave, I'm going to go over everything on the designer notes first so we get to see, what has changed, the gun balances, the new gadget, which is pretty cool. But first it starts with the new attacker and new defender, which I have a video on that kind of blew up, honestly. I know a lot of people found me from that. I think I got like 600 new subs overnight just from posting that early footage of these two operators. But I'm not going to go too into depth with these. But Ace, the attacker, I think he is going to be the kind of the new Thermite in Hibana. I think he's kind of better than both of them. He does stuff differently, but definitely, I think he is a very big replacement of Hibana, but he's a 2-speed, 2 armor. He can do this. This is his gadget, and he opens holes like this. So it opens a hole like Hibana, so it's not really a complete replacement of Thermite because Thermite still can break a bigger hole, but he does have better weapons with the AK-12, I think is a better weapon than Thermite's. AK-12 is great. I'm glad they reused this gun off of Fuse. I don't know why everyone's complaining about reused guns. I think, honestly, as long as it's a gun like this where it's not really reused because no one plays Fuse, so this isn't really reused. This is just on a operator that is now viable, so I think he's going to be used a lot. And the P9 backup pistol, which is average pistol. And as we said, 2 armor, 2 speed. And he gets a breaching charge or smoke grenade. So he has a lot of breaches if he brings that breaching charge. He gets the 2 breaches, and then I believe he gets 3 of his gadget, but I'm not quite sure yet. I think it should only be 2. It would make sense because you can't bandit trick already with him because he could break both walls and the holes open very fast compared to like a Thermite and Hibana. Melusi, I don't know how to pronounce this one yet. I think it's Melusi, but you can tell me what you what the pronunciation is, the proper one at least. Please do. Actually, I don't want to keep messing this up. I messed it up in the last one, I know for sure. And she has a T5 SMG, which is Legion's gun, so not much to say there. The Super 90, I don't think anyone's going to use that. So the T5 SMG, and then the RG15, which is Zofia and Ella's gun. So that's a really, really good pistol with a reflex sight on it. That's going to be used a lot. 3 speed, 1 armor. Good gadget here, or secondary gadgets with impact and deployable. And then her gadget is a slowing down mechanism. They call it the Banshee. Basically, it just slows them down. It's just a slowing way, and you can destroy it with explosives or melee it like a bulletproof camera. You can't shoot it though, except if it's on a soft wall. You can go to the other side of the wall and shoot it. That doesn't happen very often. For the most part, you're gonna have to either run up and melee it, which will slow you down, make sound and everything, or you're just gonna have to tank the slow animation. So I want to get into the map rework now. They said, and they very, very emphasized that this is a casual rework. So I don't know if it's going to be in ranked yet. I can imagine it will be in ranked even if it's casual. I think if they take out Outback and put in this map, everyone would still be happy because Outback is pretty terrible and anyone would rather have House. Even if it's not completely balanced for comp, I think it would still be fun for comp. Maybe not Pro League, but comp, I think it would be kind of fun in ranked. So hopefully we see that. I don't have a full map rework yet. Once the test server comes out, I'm going to give a full map rework tour. So look forward to that. That'll come tomorrow, I think, is when the test server is out. Now let's look at changes to existing operators. So Amaru has been changed. So this is something I've been really asking for, the same change that they actually changed, so I'm pretty excited about it. So as this says right here, while Amaru has always been acrobatic and dynamic, she hasn't always been as unpredictable as we wanted her to be. This season, we hope to give her the tools she needs to fulfill her role with a few tweaks. While her hook animations and timings will be smoother, what's really important to point out is that from now on, she will only break barricades when she goes through them, and then her hook will only break the glass. So it'll still make sound, but the barricade won't break itself. So that's going to be really exciting because initially it would be like a 5-second delay from when you actually hit the rappel into there and when your body enters. So someone will be pre-aiming you. And now it's going to be more of an element of surprise. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the new secondary gadget here with the proximity alarm. It looks like this is just going to be a buzzer that you don't actually have to be on to get spotted, I guess. So once you get by it, the buzzer, it looks just like, like a buzzer at a restaurant, honestly, with an on switch. But once you're in range of it, I don't know if it says the range of it here, but it is just a throwable sticks on any walls, but once you're in the range of it, it beeps. It's like a little buzzer, and that's a little alarm, and it gives you sound cues. This is nice. We haven't had a secondary gadget added to the game in a while. I think bulletproof camera might have been the last one, so this is good. I know a few operators are going to get this instead of the bulletproof camera, but that is down below. And the champion and MMR rank change, that is pretty huge. They're making it so your rank is the same no matter what server you switch to. So there's no server hopping. You can't be switching to EU or EU players switching to US and just smurfing basically. So that's good, I guess, but it is going to be harder to get the higher ranks. The champion rank, for example, look at this. So the champions leaderboard is worldwide now, making it all the more challenging to reach that top spot. Additionally, we want to reinforce that the notion that champions is not just about skill, but also about dedication. So a minimum of 100 matches is now required to get the rank. So this should stop hackers from just trying to hack to get #1 champ. So that might be good because they'll get banned before 100 matches, obviously. And I think they made other changes to ranked. I think you have to be level 50 now, but we'll see down below in the more designer notes. Now scrolling down, as you can see, this is Echo with the little man bun. I don't know what that, it's more like a man's stub there, but this is the Elite Echo skin. It looks pretty cool, honestly. I like it. And here is the animation. I don't know if there's sound to it, but it looks pretty cool. I like the skin. I like the gold here. It's pretty sweet, and it looks pretty dark. So hopefully it doesn't give any like pay to win type thing like IQ skins, but it looks pretty good overall. So as always, the prices do decrease every single season. So 4 operators are getting price decreases. So Alibi and Maestro are going down to 15,000. So that's good. These are both good operators. So good to see that. And then Knock and Warden, they're both pretty useless in my opinion. I don't like either of them, but they're only going to be 20,000 now. Very, very useless operators recently in the past few operations. That's why I think this season's going to be really big because these operators look really good. So here are the 2 weapon skins. Nothing special here. Just average skins. Not going to pay much attention to those, but looks like they're just wooden. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, operator balances. This is what matters, and this is what I think is going to save this game. If you balance everything out, get away the annoying operators. So let's start with Clash. Clash's SMG will now not have the red dot, and it'll use the reflexes green triangle. So I guess it's just the sights changing and is going to have the reflex. I don't know if that's really a balance. I think they should just take her out of the game. That would be awesome. Here are the ones that matter though. So Echo, they remove the camera shake effect whenever you get stunned by the yokai drone. The length of a concussion effect is no longer affected by movement. Now has a fixed duration of 10 seconds, and the intensity of the vision disruption stays fixed throughout the effect. They replace the deployable shield with impact grenades. So maybe, just maybe, this might help make Echo not the most banned operator in the game. He's banned literally every game because he's so powerful. So this camera shake might actually help. That was really annoying. It would honestly, it gives a drunk effect from like GTA, honestly. So that's good that they took that out. They also did that with a few other operators, which we'll get into. But Finka, this one has been asked for, I feel like, a lot throughout the community, and they made the HP whenever you get up from revive teammates to 30 instead of 5. So now you can revive teammates from and get them to 30 health while being across the map. That's pretty good. So technically, as it says here, players will stand up with 50 health because 30 from the base and then 20 more from the Finka boost. So you get the boost and the revive. So Finka might be used a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Cade, they added another secondary weapon. So just a pistol, LFP586. Obviously, Cade and Nomad get a new weapons here. The PR892 for the Nomad. They both had that scoped revolver, which is still going to be viable, I think, but it's just not that good of a pistol. And I like that they added a alternative here by adding 2 different guns. I like Callie's change here. I don't quite understand this part of it. I guess it just takes less time for it to explode now, from 2.5 to 1.5 seconds. So maybe that'll make her gadget actually more useful. But here are the 2 things that are pretty important. So they made the recoil less crazy whenever you shoot, right? Because the bullet climbing was insane, and they kind of improved that. I'm guessing they didn't make it too overpowered, but they made it so you don't shoot and then look up at the sun, because that's a little dramatic, I would say. So hopefully it's just realistic recoil and not crazy. And then what I'm excited for is they replaced the pistol. I guess they don't, I don't know if they replaced it. Yeah, replace P22 MK5 with the SPS SMG. So they the SMG here, this is the same SMG that Clash has. So as you know, that's a pretty good SMG. So he actually has she has actually a good weapon now as a backup weapon. Maybe people will use her more because she actually can be used close range as well and not just as a sniper. Plus has the same utility as a Thatcher, sort of, as in getting walls and stuff. So maybe this will make her a little bit more usable, increase that win delta, but we'll see. Orcs, here's another thing that I really prompted for at the beginning, right when he was released. I preached this a lot. I wanted his damage to get reduced to 5, down from 10. 5 is more reasonable for going through walls. 10 seemed like a lot because you go through 2 walls and now you're at 80 HP. Obviously that matters. People shoot body shots, so not just all headshots, and I think 5 is more manageable. You can actually make rotation holes, only 5 HP. You could break 2 walls and you're only at 90 instead of 80, right? So it's just a lot more manageable. I like that. Orcs is one of the operators that got the bulletproof camera removed and has the proximity alarm, so that might help him roam a little bit. And then they added angled grip to the MP5, so I like that. He's going to be better at roaming now, so I'm glad that they are going to be making him more usable. So hopefully we see that more in ranked and comp. Last 2 here, Ela and Zofia. So they eliminated the mouse sensitivity modifier. My goodness, was this annoying whenever you hit an Ela mine or got Zofia'd when your sensitivity went down all the way, right? You get stunned and then you are basically like 2 sensitivity. It sucked, and now they removed that. That's what everyone wanted. I'm glad that they listened to what everyone wanted. So we'll see how that plays out. I think it's a slight nerf, but it won't like game break, and I think it'll just make the game healthier in general without having to worry about getting stunned and slowed down and not being able to turn. It's just really annoying. And then Ying back down to 3 from 4. This has already been changed on PC, but I guess they didn't change it yet on Xbox and PS4 maybe. I don't know, but that's that. And here are some new improvements and tweaks, I guess, just for balancing. The ACS-12 has a new slug bullet type. So here's what they say here. There was previously an ongoing bug that allowed the ACS-12 to do too much destruction too quickly. We've given the ACS-12 a new slug bullet type that should make damage more controlled and in line with our design intentions. They say they'll test it and they want feedback, but this is basically going to make this gun way more usable, and it's going to be more like the TCS-12, I think is what it's called, on Cade. So hopefully this kind of gives it a boost here. I know this gun's never used at all, so we'll see. So some update to the playlist. So we've made some upgrades to the playlist, guys. The ranked guide will now reflect the current season, and you will still be able to see all the ranked charms, and you will see the previous highest rank for the past 3 seasons. Not that that matters too much, but I do like that they're going to show the previous highest rank from the past 3 seasons. I don't think that was on there before. I had to go on like R6 tracker to see my previous ranks, but you know, I like that it's going to show the highest rank too, because that shows your true skill level most of the time. Map rotations look like they're going to change for ranked and quick match, and they'll rotate 3 times per season. That's pretty cool. Usually it's just a set playlist for the whole season, and that's what we get. And they might sometimes tweak it, might not, but it's going to rotate automatically. So that's cool. Audio, this makes no difference for us English speakers, but the French, they do not have audio for Ace and Melusi yet. So they will have subtitles on for those, probably because of Corona, and they just don't have anyone to do the voice acting for them. That's my recommendation, or that's my guess. And here is game health, match cancellation. So this is a feature that allows teams to cancel their match, basically. So if the match doesn't have 10 players, and whenever you join in and someone leaves, disconnects before the first round, right, something like that, you can cancel the match. It has to be a majority vote. I don't know how that's going to work, because the team with 5 players obviously won't want to cancel, while the team with 4 will. So I don't know that really much, but I do know if there's a hacker in the lobby and people know that there is, I feel like everyone will cancel the match, and that'll be good. That'll be really good for the game. Obviously, still abandoned penalties are still a thing. I don't think they need to say that. Obviously, that's true. And you will get abandoned penalty if you leave before the match cancellation vote is triggered. So don't leave before you guys vote it off. And here's the thing I was talking about before. They changed the rank clearance level from 30 to 50, and the champion rank players must have 5,000 MMR, and additionally they must have played 100 ranked matches the current season, which is kind of a lot, but not that bad. Champions play literally hundreds of games every season, so this should be no big deal for them. So as they say, this is going to make ranked less accessible to cheaters. So you have to be level 50. You actually have to grind to get to level 50, and it'll make you not want to get to 50, play a few games cheating, and then get banned. That's not very fun. So they made it 50 instead of 30. So now for my opinion opinion on these. So I think these 2 new operators is a great thing for the game. Ace, I'm tired of using Hibana and Thermite. This is great to add a new hard breacher to the game. You might be like, oh, well, we already have 2. Well, don't we want something new? This is getting stale. We don't want stale. We want Ace, right? Melusi, I don't know how it's going to be used yet. It doesn't look overpowered, but I think she's going to be a really good roamer if you use it correctly. I don't know how the Banshee is going to be used very well, but it's probably just going to be another operator or a good roaming operator with kind of a useless team gadget. It'll still help slow down people, obviously, but it's nothing like Ace where it helps the entire team, and it's going to be the new main hard breacher, I think. 2 speed, 2 armor, AK-12. That gun is so good. But I don't think the new operators are the thing that's going to save the game. I think it's the changes they're making. They're listening to the community somewhat. They made this change with Amaru. I love that. They added a new gadget, once again, making stuff not as stale. They're changing it. They're not making it really, really stale. The game gets stale if stuff is the same every single season. So even if this isn't that cool to you, I think it'll make the game less stale, not have bulletproof cameras, have proximity alarms instead. This is the list, though, that could potentially save the game. I think Clash still needs work. I think they need to remove just something. I don't know. They gotta lessen the shocking, or just make her just really bad so no one ever picks her and it doesn't have to be a must ban in most situations. A good Clash player can absolutely obliterate, and a 1v1 is so unfair with Clash. But I love that they did this because now they don't have the camera shake on either Echo or Ella and Zofia. They made Oryx kind of usable, we'll see though. And then Ying, they fixed that so fast. They realized what they did was a bad idea and they reverted it right back. So that's really good hope for Siege in general, because it shows that they can try stuff and then switch it right back if it doesn't work. That's amazing. That's how AAA games should work. And I think we're in for a treat this season. The only thing I wish they changed is honestly just taking out Champions Rank. I know a lot of people don't like Champions Rank. Instead, why don't you just have Diamond and then the top 100 Diamond players, right? The highest MMRs. So just keep it as Diamond as the highest rank, and then Champions rank can just be not a thing, right? You don't need an extra rank, but that's obviously just me. Let me know what you think of this season. If you haven't seen this already, hopefully this showed you everything you need to know about Steel Wave. It should be fun, and I would encourage you to go watch the trailers if you have not already.